Everybody, we're here. The slanderous tongue, day 9. Okay, so let's start by the end. I like to start at the end. So I like how the scripture at the end of this discussion is Proverbs 13:3 that says, "He who guards his mouth preserves his life, but he who opens wide his lips shall have destruction." So when you open your lips wide, you spread them wide, there is destruction there. So the slanderous tongue, slanderers make malicious, false, and even true statements about others with the intent of damaging their reputation, character, and good name. And I like how they say, even though sometimes these false and malicious statements, but sometimes they're true statements. But your intent to use them is to slander this person's name, right? Damage this person's name and their character. So slander is something that a lot of politicians use to, big themselves up to say, you need to vote for me and not this other person because of this and this and that. But, not just, politicians do that. Everyday people do that. You got coworkers that gossip. You got people that got your friends can gossip about you, or people you thought was your friends sitting around talking about you. So the question is, why do we do that? What is going on that causes us to do that? And I like the questions that are in this chapter. What are your motives when you do this? Why did you feel the need to diminish the person's character in the eyes of another? Were you speaking out of pain or being hurt by them? Did you envy his or her accomplishments? If so, have you learned not how to let envy and the motive achievements of your own rather than causing you to defame another person's character? I don't think I read that right. But that basically what it's saying is, have you not learned that doing this is not going to get you what you want in the end? All right. And we have to answer for that. You right here talking bad about somebody, especially if you know you're a Christian and you should be doing better. You out here talking bad about somebody. You are sowing seeds of dissentment, and you're going to have to reap those. So some people who are so insecure and easily threatened, they feel that they must cast aspirations on the character of others whom they perceive as competition in order to maintain their position. So these aspirations that you're casting out there, talking all bad about them, so that you can look like a good person in these people's eyes. Girl, they so dumb, they so this, they so that, they so, and so there are people, there are characters in the Bible who actually did this type of stuff. Okay, so I like how they say that the Greek word for slander is diabolos, which means devil. Okay, so when we attempt to defame another person and use negative words about them, we're sowing negative seeds, which we will surely reap. Okay, and let's get into the affirmation for today. I refuse to be a slanderer. I will use Philippians 4:8 as my conversation sifter. Therefore, whatever things are true, noble, just, pure, lovely, good, report as if they are virtuous. If they are anything praiseworthy about someone, commit to those. Say those things. Don't be around here talking bad about somebody. Okay? So say the things that are good, just, pure, lovely, they're cute, Okay, what are the words we use? They're cute, oh, they did that, all of that type of stuff. We need to be bigging people up. And if you ain't got nothing good to say, just leave it alone. You ain't got to say nothing, because trust me, these people that out here doing what they don't need to be doing know that their time is coming. All right, y'all, this is your spiritual nugget. Get your slanderous tongue together. Get this book. If you can find it somewhere in the world, the virtual world, or you happen to find it at one of these stores, thrift stores, that's probably where you can get this book, at a good old thrift store. All right, you all, everybody.